You raised your hand in a meeting, and the room went quiet in a way that felt unusual. You confided in a colleague, and your words spread unexpectedly. Your excellent work received an unrelated response. You replayed those moments, unable to find your mistake. The room was interpreting signals you unknowingly sent.
This video explores how capable people are affected in workplaces structured by informal social groups. Specific behaviors quietly increase their exposure without awareness, not because the actions are inherently wrong. These behaviors are judged by unspoken rules. Over-explaining, for example, is often mistaken for building trust. In a formal setting, nothing happens initially, but after repeated over-explanation, something shifts.
We need to understand the nuances of this approach before we move forward.
People no longer see clarity, but rather a need to justify yourself. This can erode confidence. Those who justify themselves are perceived as having questionable judgment. You thought you were building confidence. Instead, the team was losing confidence in you. Public correction operates similarly, creating unseen shifts.
When you correct inaccuracies, the person you corrected loses face before their colleagues.
You are seen as the cause of their public embarrassment, and accuracy doesn't alter this perception.
Repeatedly, people stop including you in informal conversations where crucial information is exchanged.
You perceive resistance to correction. In reality, the group quietly calculates the cost of public exposure.
This calculation is made without conversation or warning, entirely outside your knowledge.
Silence is often misread. In politically charged conversations, blame and tension circulate. Contesting a decision means taking a position, which attaches you to its outcome if things go wrong. I wasn't told. I wasn't told. Silence is perceived as either strategic or an absence of involvement, leaving no formal record.
Recall the last time you honestly expressed frustration or a concern to a colleague at work? You found a discrepancy in the data? I can't believe it. You spoke to someone you trusted to understand. You didn't realize they were part of the same network. The information traveled through their network based on their relationships, not your original intent.
The information transformed, arriving in an unrecognizable form, yet still linked to your name.
You gave information to a network. While documentation seems protective and rational for records, it might have been used in a different way.
What's missed is the communication of your behavior in an environment driven by informal trust. Someone who consistently follows verbal agreements with written confirmations and visible notes. This person is perceived as preparing for conflict. You believed you were simply being organized.
Those being documented felt like suspects. The relationship changed subtly, without a formal event.
It was an unwitting signal, not a conversation. Helpfulness can be a trap nobody sees.
The most available person, always absorbing extra work and stepping in reliably.
In a functional setting, they build value. In a rigid environment, they build exposure without protection. Their work is absorbed, reliability assumed. When a project goes wrong, they become the most exposed, accountable, but without the support to reframe their role. You accumulated involvement without gaining the social protection needed when things go wrong. Focusing solely on output creates a visibility problem that is rarely acknowledged. Important work goes unheard. Advancement decisions are based on informal impressions.
These impressions are formed through casual contact and proximity, unrelated to deliverables. A purely formal presence only exists in official records. Results do matter, but they are not enough. Results alone are not enough.
Right.
We must leverage our existing networks. Opportunities are truly built through connectivity and collaboration. This network isn't built in meetings, but in informal spaces between them. Pure output won't get you there.
Good point. I found that too.
In a functional setting, they build value. In a rigid environment, they build exposure without protection. They learn decisions through official channels, while colleagues already know through informal conversations. Their contributions are acknowledged, but not genuinely valued or built upon, leading to a crucial signal.
Other people's mistakes are handled differently, often absorbed quietly within the group.
However, their errors lead to formal follow-ups, process conversations, and official notes.
This asymmetric error handling reflects an already asymmetric social position within the workplace. Formal consequences lag months behind reality. Most people respond by working even harder. Output wasn't the true measure. The workplace wasn't reacting randomly as it appeared. The quiet meeting, the leaked information, the sideways feedback, each followed an underlying logic. This logic wasn't about effort or merit, but how the social environment interprets behavior. The social environment reads behavior, assigns risk, protecting those it chooses. You were not failing at the job.
You were being evaluated in a language you didn't know you were speaking. This is not a personality problem.
It's an information problem, and you just received this crucial information.